Happy Halloween everybody, and welcome to this Halloween special of Dye Time. I am going to be over dyeing this 10 gram skein of was it 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon yarn. It's in 4-ply, and I've previously dyed this in creamsicle, which is a fibre reactive dye from Dharma. I kettle dyed that in a 1% solution. And now I'm going to speckle with black acid dye from DT Craft and Design to try and make this a bit Halloweeny feeling. Now I can't actually get my fingers into this little pot, so I've just used a spoon to get some out. I'm just going to rub it between my fingers like this, quite gently, just to get some speckles. Now this yarn has been soaking in water and vinegar. I usually recommend about 30 minutes at least, but I don't think this has been quite 30 minutes. It's wet, but I didn't get the full 30 minutes. I'm not too worried. So I'm just going to keep doing this on this side. I've got some cling film down on the counter to protect the counter, but also so that I've got something to wrap this up in, because I'm going to steam set this. I've got my mask on, I've got my gloves on because I'm dealing with dry dyed powder. I think that looks pretty good for that side. I'm just going to leave this for a few minutes, flip it, and then we'll speckle the other side. This has been sitting here for about 10 minutes, and I was going to flip it, but I think this is probably just about enough. I'm not very good at the light speckling, as you can see, but it's spread a fair bit, and there's still quite a lot of that nice orange on the other side. So I am just going to wrap this up now, carefully, trying not to smush it together. I don't want too much more spread. We'll see how it goes. I'm just going to put it in my steam basket and pop it onto steam for probably about 30 minutes. Our orange and black Halloween yarn has cooled down now. It's still a tiny bit warm, but that's all right. Let's wash it now. There's a fair amount of black dye on this. Hopefully there won't be too much bleeding, but when you speckle like that, there's always the risk that there will be dye that doesn't dissolve. So that's what I'm just rinsing this with cold water, but at the moment it doesn't look like there's any bleeding. Brilliant. I'm just going to add a little bit of washing up liquid just to help shift any dye that hasn't dissolved, that vinegar smell, and just give it a good wash. See if there is any bleeding. Doesn't look like it to me. So I'm just going to rinse this through a few times, then I can hang it up to dry. And here is my finished Halloween yarn. I love this. It's uneven, it's not balanced. There's big patches of black, there's still big patches of orange. There's patches where there's little specks of black, and I think it's just a really fun Halloween yarn. I'm glad that I didn't flip this and dye the other side, because that would have just been far too much black on this, and I definitely need to practice my speckling. I think next time I'm going to mix the dye in with some citric acid, which will force me to use less dye. I think what I always do is I sprinkle the dye on the yarn and then think, oh, that doesn't look like anywhere near enough. I'll go in for a bit more and a bit more and a bit more, and then I end up with way too much dye. So that's my plan for the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Do please click like and subscribe to my channel. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this dyeing technique. Would you like to see me do this on a full skein of yarn? And if you'd like to buy any of the yarn that's featured in my videos, then please pop me a message over on one one of my social media platforms. I'm mainly on Twitter and Facebook. I am on Instagram, but I don't really get Instagram. I think I'm far too old to really understand Instagram. Send me a message and I'll see what I can do for you. I publish a new dyeing tutorial every Monday, and it's generally uploaded between about 6 and 8 p.m. UK time, usually closer to 6 p.m. than 8 p.m. And I do like to experiment in my videos. I like to try different techniques. I like to use different fibre types, different dyes, all sorts. So there should be something different and interesting to watch every week. Thank you so much for watching.